Akash, if you're thinking about buying a car right now and you're not sure what kind of car you're gonna buy, there's a few things you should think about it, before you go to a dealer or you just go and purchase a car. Because the car, you're gonna have it for at least 5 years, At least, average people have it for 5 years if they're going to finance a car, even they're buying a car. So it's very important, for your budget, what kind of budget do you have and what kind of car you wanted to buy with that budget to get the best, best bucks for your, money. So, in this channel, I talk about a lot about money saving, not only about cars, budgeting every day, daily life, and much more money saving, tips you're going to find, even how you paying your cell phone bill, like every month, little thing that I talk about in this channel. You could always welcome to check it out. And if you think some of the video is really helpful, and I do try to post every other day to this channel. So hope, you subscribe to my channel. That would be really helpful. So if I'm going to buy a car right now, currently, the car I'm sitting in, this car I bought it in 2018. This is 2015 750 Li BMW. And I'll give you an example. Before, when I bought this car, I was thinking about what I have to get everything right and how can I get the right price for the car and how could I negotiate with the dealer. By the way, how you gonna negotiate with the dealer? Over there, I bought many different cars and mostly luxury cars and some, really low cost, low maintenance car. And definitely, I have personal experience with them and I learned over the years that I'm going to share in a different video. But this video solo is for if you're going to step in what car you should buy. So let's say you wanted to spend $20,000 in a car average. It could be $10,000, $20,000, but I'm just taking the example of $20,000. So now, are you going to finance the car or are you going to buy it cash? Most likely you're going to finance the car if it's a $20,000 car. I would never recommend to anyone, if you're buying a car $10,000 less, never finance that car. If you could buy it, it's better because you're not going to pay full coverage insurance. If you could cash it, you buy it. And also in long run, if something goes wrong with the car, you could fix the car and you don't have to worry about, monthly payment for financing or paying interest or anything. But let's say if you're buying a $20,000 car, it's in your mind. Now you went to the app and you're looking for a car and you're in kind of like a tight budget. You're thinking which car going to give you good mileage, that you commute, and are you living in the metro area like I do in New York metro area? So if you're thinking about the consider, you hit too much traffic. So what kind of car will be good for the traffic and easy to park? Because, some part of New York, and any big cities you live, you have to consider thinking about if you get, sometimes you get SUV, big SUV cars and, hard to find parking unless you have it like in your home and you have a big driveway, then it's perfectly fine. But still, when you go out to buy something, grocery or anything you're going to buy, you have to consider, get the parking. So that's the one thing to definitely consider. And if you're going to finance a car, the main thing you have to think about it, your credit score, like if you're in North America, is very important because if you don't have 700 or more better credit score, more likely you're going to pay a lot of interest for that car. So it's not only $20,000 you're buying. If you see a good deal for $20,000, you have to think about tax and title with that. Plus, like if there is a dealer fee, like I said, best way to negotiate a dealer fee, you check out my other video in the channel. You definitely check that out. But like you have to consider that $20,000 plus those tax and title fees, plus also, 5 years, if you take it 5 years, financing, then your monthly payment with the interest, because if you have a credit score lower than 700. So that's very important to think about it. So if you're like close to 680, let's say you have a credit score 680, you just need 20-point boost to it, right? So what do? The month you're thinking about buying a car, like most likely that your balance is too high on your credit card. That's why your credit score is lower. So just pay a little bit more in that month. And you're going to see the next month, your credit score going to go up because the credit bureau, this is how they count. They say, let's say you have a $10,000 credit and you spend like $8,000 or $7,000. As less you spend on that card, they count how much is valuable credit is there. More valuable credit you have on your card, your score more likely go up. So maybe the month you're thinking, but maybe next month you're thinking you're going to buy that car, just pay a little bit more on your credit card, bring it down. This way your score going to go, because 680 to 700 is big difference. Some borrower might give you a 700 credit score 2%, even 3%, okay? If you go for credit union or something, or you could check out your local bank, you might get a really good deal with it. Or if you just have 680, you might pay 7 or 8% or even 10%. See the big difference in long run, because you're gonna have that car for 5 years and you don't want it to pay that much interest. It's basically, if you're gonna pay that much interest, just putting money in the toilet and flushing it out. That's what you're gonna do. I mean, that's what you're doing. So, don't do that. If you're close to that threshold, then you just fix that first, then you get that. Just wait 1 more month. It's not gonna like make or break for 1 month. The cars are always gonna be there to buy, because nowadays in the app you could check so many different dealership. Even like sometime I would say recommend, if you see like app gives you option, you wanted to see car around you like in 50 mile. If you don't find the deal, go for 100 mile. It doesn't matter how far you go. You could always drive that car back home. So you get the best deal, you go and get it. So these are the things you should think about it first. Now, what car to buy? If you're getting a $20,000 car, if you see a two different car, $20,000, the one you like that has a 60,000 mile in it. The other one is okay, you could live with that, but that has 40,000 mile, and both is $20,000 car. Now, you're thinking, which one should you get? You always go for the lower mileage car, because lower mileage car, less likely is going to break down. Higher mileage car, more likely is going to break down, because low mileage car, because you every month you have a monthly payment. Plus, if you have to pay thousands of dollars to fix the car, that's a horrible, like a disaster situation you could do for yourself. So you always go for the lower mileage. That's how you determine, okay, this one I'm gonna take because it has a lower mileage. It has one owner drove it. And when you go to a dealer, the first thing you always check is everything in the car is manufactured, like make sure nobody changed the rims on the car. Make sure it's original rims on the car, original radio system in the car, original lights, everything. Make sure nothing has been changed on the car. Because if the previous owner changed something in the car, it's highly unlikely, maybe there's something wrong with the car. Yeah, it could go wrong with the car, because you don't want to change anything. So if you see a car like that, you don't buy it. You want the car with exactly the original manufacturer, the way the car came out of the factory. That's what you want. So you always look for those red flags, little thing that make sure it's not there. So that's the first thing. Second thing, the mileage, definitely important. Low mileage and getting a best deal mean like low interest. You always go for bank, you always go for credit union, and always check the dealer what kind of deal they give you. So if low interest, low mileage car, good deal, and you could negotiate the price too if you want. Hope this video was helpful to you. This channel, I did talk about many things. How you could get a best deal on a car insurance, how could you get a best deal monthly payment of your phone bill, how you budget yourself every day and every month, save money for long run for many things. This is 2020 October right now, and people are going through a lot of tough time in 2020. A lot of people didn't even thought about is going to happen to them. So every little thing counts. So definitely check out all my other videos, and I do post every week, and hopefully this video is helpful to you. Consider subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.